My expectations regarding the festival, well, I'm very curious. I don't know, do I really have expectations, but I'm really curious because I've seen the film mostly only in Western Europe and in America. So it's exciting to see it in old Eastern Europe because the story of the film takes place in Bulgaria. So I was in Prague with the film 2 weeks ago, and I think that the Czech people, they saw it a bit differently than Americans or Dutch or Germans. I think it's the second one, of course. I mean, this is very cliche-like answer, but I think that right now it's the guy with the blonde hair that scares me most. But I think maybe he's more like a symbol of uncertainty. It was the director, Tomislav Hristov. He's originally from Bulgaria. He's lived half of his life in Finland, but he spends a lot of time in his native Bulgaria, and he saw news footage on Bulgarian national TV about the village where our story takes place. And he got very interested because when he understood that the village is just by the Turkish border and there's a lot of illegal asylum seekers coming through Turkey to the European Union, meaning Bulgaria in this case. And he just went there. He had some friends who knew the place, and he went there and spent some time with people. And in the beginning he was planning to make a film about the border, just the border between Bulgaria and Turkey. But then when he heard that in this small village just by the border there was mayoral elections were taking place a bit later, and when he got to know the people and some of the candidates for running for mayor, he understood that actually there is a better story in the mayoral elections and in the village. And I actually agree, because in Finland we were not so much interested in the border or in refugees because there's so many films about refugees. But then when we heard about the elections and the mayoral candidates, then we understand that this can actually be something, there's like real action in the film, something to look forward, and also we understood that this is something that it can almost be like a microcosm of whole Europe. Well, I've known him for 12 years, so this was, I think, our 5th film together. So we actually work all the time together. And then when he introduced me to this subject, I was sort of pessimistic because, like I told you, there's so many films about refugees and so on. But again, but I sort of started to support him just because he needed a producer and we'd been working before. But then only when he told me about the elections, then I got like really enthusiastic.